So on top of Funky's place, nothing.
Yeah, there's a lot of nothing in this stage. It's vast fields of water. There's a couple of interesting things. There's this weird, like, water cactus thing? I don't know what the hell this is supposed to be.
Well, it bears fruits and coins.
Only at the base. So, last time we discussed what the manual had to say about all the Kongs. Now we've got other characters.
Ah, yes, let's hear that.
Like King K. Rool. While K. Rool may have ditched his ridiculous disguises, his intentions are as evil as ever. Fortunately, a combination of his own incompetence and useless minions have allowed us to defeat him in the past. But the future of Kong Isle rests in the ability of Donkey and his new buddies to prevent the Croc's latest effort. I could defeat him single-handedly, of course, but then you wouldn't have a game to play, would you? I think I would have preferred that. Snide, a mysterious weasel defector who bears a grudge against the Kremlins. I can't be bothered to tell you anymore, so you'll have to ask him what he's doing in the game when you meet him. There's music pads all over this cactus, and they all open doors in this sunken ship.
What?
Which are on timers that you then have to swim down to.
I was going to ask why for a second there, and then I remembered
Because we're playing Donkey Kong 64.
Yeah.
Actions and their consequences do not have any logical connection.
Yeah.
Trough and Scoff. Trough's a pig, Scoff's a hippo, and both are big, slow, and useless. They sit in their nice, cozy room and wait to be fed enough bananas to satisfy their alarming appetites. Once fed, they're supposed to help you, but a novice player like you won't be able to collect enough food, so I'd be wasting my precious breath if I told you what they did. I'd like to point out that Trough doesn't actually eat anything in this game.
Yeah.
He just stands there on a pad, waiting to be lifted
Having had
to touch a
eaten
key.
things.
K. Lumsy. He's bigger, slower, and even more useless. No, it's not Chunky, but a hulking, good-natured gremlin who K. Rool is imprisoned for his lack of reptilian ruthlessness. I reckon all it'll take is a bit of the famous Kong charm to win K. Lumsy over and get him to lend a considerably sized hand in thwarting his master's plans.
He has very good things to say about this imprisoned Kremlin.
I guess he's just got a soft heart for...
Traitors.
And the entry for Banana Fairy. Who's this? I didn't see any fairy when I looked around. You see, it must be a secret character or something. Yeah, I remember now, a secret character. With bananas. Obviously, I know where she is, but if I told you, it wouldn't be a challenge to find her now, would it? So, although I know everything about this secret fairy banana character, I'm not saying anything. Let's move on, shall we?
Welcome to bonus stage.
Splish-Splash Salvage.
There was one of these in another one of the stages. This one, it's slightly different because you dive down to grab coins in the barrel, but also there's one up top, but you can't reach the one that's up top because the rope to get up to there is too high. You have to grab all of the other coins first, which lowers the rope, and then you can grab the one that's out as the last one. So, that's a minigame.
That's annoying.
Let's see, what else does this manual have that's vaguely interesting? There's descriptions of all things. There's descriptions of things.
Well done!
It doesn't really have anything interesting to say about, like, the collectibles. There's a lot of text in this manual. It's a 37-page manual.
Would you like to hear more about the legacy of this game?
Yeah, let's hear that!
Kotaku remembered Donkey Kong 64 as the worst offender of their emphasis on collecting items. Let's see, Electronic Gaming Monthly wrote, as Super Mario 64 breathed life into the 3D platforming genre, Donkey Kong 64 sucked it all out.
Yeah. Yeah.
The developer behind A Hat in Time said that Donkey Kong 64 was the reason for the decline of the collectathon platformer adventure.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, the game is just completely bloated, stuffed with things, and too much space in between with nothing. Like, look here. There's all these bananas just kind of sitting out, and you gotta swim and grab every one of them all around. And it's a dark room, and you don't have, like, any kind of real control over that fish. You know, it always follows you directly, so, like, you have to go in a direction to make it turn in that direction and light up that direction.
Welcome to bonus
Here's
stage.
the Crazy Kong Klamour again. Each time it repeats the minigames, there is actually something a little, like, different. Like, the difficulty level is slightly different. It's still, they're repeating the same minigame. And they repeat these games a lot. Like, I think this one is in the game, like, 5 times or something. So, I'm kind of out of manual stuff. Again, there's a lot of stuff that I could read off in there, but none of it's terribly interesting at this point. So let's just talk about this level. You know, we've been kind of talking over all of the stuff going on in this level and not really saying much about the level.
Yeah.
It's the water level. There's the split at the start into the 3 different areas. You need to switch to specific Kongs to unlock 2 of the areas before you can go in with anyone else, because they've got the gun ammo type switches to hit. There's this chip in the one area that has doors all around it that you have to open by hitting switches or playing music instruments places, and you have to rush in with the specific Kong to get in there, and it's dark, and then there's stuff to grab in the dark. So much dark. Just so much random darkness. And like, this area, there are so many places in this particular area, like side rooms in this particular section of the ship that you can go in that have nothing at all, that are completely pointless.
Just a bed?
Yeah. Like, I came in here, it's like, okay, there's a room, there's probably gonna be something to pick up. No. There's just the fucking starfish enemy, and that's it. And, like, in a game this large, having areas that are pointless is even more egregious. Because there's so much dead, empty space that it's just painful to go around.
Like,
And I would like to reiterate, I enjoy playing this game.
Right.
I'm one of the weirdos who can actually enjoy playing Donkey Kong 64, and I still have all of these terrible things to say about it. One of the things with this area is, you may have noticed just things that I've been doing in here. The water level is clearly too low to grab certain things. So, you know, there is a mechanic to increase the water level. I wound up not finding it for a while.
oh.
So, I kind of needed to do a lot of weird backtracking. But, yeah.
Mad flashing colored lights.
Yeah, that's, again, even the fucking...
In the devil?
The fucking... The fish down here. Like, the light doesn't just shine, it pulses. All of the lighting in this game pulses. I hate it.
Why is all this furniture huge?
I guess because the ship is for K. Rool? I don't know. Like, this is clearly a Kremlin ship that was sunk out here. So, I don't know. Here's a giant bed. It's got the skull on it. Yeah, 'cause you've got, you know, all these pictures, portraits of K. Rool in his pirate outfit. All over the place. I think that's, like, supposed to be Gangplank Galleon that's sunk here or some shit. Anyway, now we go through and do the thing with Tiny, because there's a door for all of them.
It really didn't need to be timed.
No, it didn't. That's just there to be annoying. Just like, they have other doors in this game that will close when you switch Kongs. That is a thing that they programmed in as a thing they could do. They didn't have to time doors like that. But they did.
I mean, even if you did get in with a different Kong, it wouldn't matter, because there's nothing there for them.
Correct. And it takes so long just sitting here waiting for the fucking lightfish to come. Because, like, the fish spawn... all of these sunken areas are, like, part of the same map.
Yeah, so it has to travel all the way over.
So yeah, the fish spawns in, like, a central spot, no matter where you enter from, and it will swim over through the walls. There's a ferry down here, by the way.
Can you use your camera underwater?
Yes.
Huh.
This is the worst ferry in the game.
Oh dear.
Because it's in this, cage, and the bars block the camera.
Right, because that's how light works.
In emulation, this is basically impossible to get between the, problems that the emulators have with the camera and the bars in the cage. Yeah. And, I mean, of course, that ferry is particularly twitchy as well.
Yeah, because why wouldn't it be?
And, you know, if I had failed 2 more times, I would have had to leave, find film, and come back for that. Because, you know, the film is a consumable.
Right, because everything is a consumable.
Because you gotta have consumables for the things that you need to get stuff. Because if you fail at a thing too much, you should be severely punished by needing to go other places and search and collect things.
That's...
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
God.
It's like, it's not like the film is like a move that is useful for something else. It is only used for collecting the banana fairies. So, if you've run out of film, it is because you have failed to capture a banana fairy because it's being a twitchy little shit all over the place. So, yeah, it exists purely as a mechanic to punish you if you are having problems with their poorly programmed mechanics. If you are not super good at aiming a camera with the control stick.
Banana balloon.
Yeah, Chunky does not have an instrument switch up here like all of the other Kongs. He's got his blueprint guy up top and some money and bananas.
At this point, we have more than enough money to get everything, don't we?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this guy's annoying. Later on in the game, I started, like, not bothering with actually fighting those guys and just killing them with the instrument blast.
Yeah, that seems like a smarter thing to do.
Or, like, occasionally with the guns. Anyway, remember Wrinkly mentioned a thing about Enguarde jumping through a hoop?
Yes.
This is a pain in the ass to do.
Oh, so he can do like a dolphin.
Yeah. This might have been easier if I had raised the water level first, but I thought at the time that this was what I had to do to raise the water level.
Ah.
So,
You have to do that multiple times.
oh yeah, you've got to hit it 3 times.
Of course.
Of course.
How would you know?
You do it once, and it spins, and then nothing happens. So you gotta try it again, of course. Because the game has trained you to do that by
Has
this
it?
point. Really, it has.
To do the same thing over and over again?
You had to do that in the Angry Aztec, flying through the thing at the top of the totem pole. But, yeah, that did not raise the water level. It opened up this cave.
Okay.
Which leads to a treasure room.
But this is just gold, not gold and bananas. So
Yeah,
we
it's
don't care.
just giant gold coins. Those are worthless.
Mm-hmm. Who's gonna buy them?
You can't even hold them. They're too big.
Probably very heavy, too.
Also, they're all, like, glued together in stacks.
Probably melted.
There's a giant treasure chest, and there's the barrel. Tiny can go inside it. I briefly looked in there, but then decided not to go in because there's like a thing to, there's a thing that you'll see in like the next video about it. That, like dialogue that doesn't make sense if you go in there now.
Oh.
So, yeah, I cut that out. We'll see what's in there when it's the proper time to see what's in there.
Okay.
But, I did briefly check in, and I grabbed these bananas. Because things. So, that's about all that I could do in, this section. This, you know, major section of the place at the moment. Because you gotta raise the water level to do other things, and there's a bunch of running back and forth you need to do for other shit, and there's a balloon. I killed a balloon. Jumping up here is a pain in the ass when the water's not high.